The other day, I got a comment on my demanding mods video, and it said something to the lines of, there are people out there stealing mods off Nexus, claiming them as their own and putting them in console packs, essentially stealing mods. And when I read this, I was calm. I didn't even do a double take. Later that day, I got asked if I was going to make a video about people stealing mods. I told them that I did plan on doing so, and even yesterday, I was in a Skype call with one of my viewers, and he asked me if I knew what was going on with the theft of mods thing. I told him that I was aware and informed, and had a video coming. Now some of you, a lot of you, might expect me to freak out. A lot of you might actually be hoping that I get angry, and start this off with a crass, how dare you, but I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, I'm going to tell you guys about the future. When PC gamers first started getting mods from the community, we were not unlike these console gamers. We demanded mods from them, and believe it or not, there's still a portion of our community, PC gamers, who beg, demand, and try to force modders to make mods for them, as if they are the kings and modders are their servants. And of course, this is despicable. It's unforgivable. However, in a sick and disgusting way, it's human nature. For some reason, it's the way we are. Now, when I made that demanding mods video, I knew what was coming, and I had no intentions of making any more videos pertaining to this matter, only because I don't want to depress myself. I don't want to depress you guys, and I'm not one of those news channels who tries to discuss shocking and horrible things to get views. But I'm going to tell you right now that this is not the end of it. Console gamers stealing mods is not the worst that we're going to see when it comes to mods going to consoles, and I'm a little surprised that it took them this long to do it. Am I upset? Well, yes, of course I am, but there isn't anything we can do but try to block and report every single one of them. Now let me try and tell you how this is going to play out, because so long as we know what's coming, we can at least brace ourselves. Console gamers will continue to beg and demand for mods from our community. Those who do can and will be blocked from commenting. Unfortunately, the mod cannot be blocked for them, being as how the whole distribution of mods onto consoles works. On PC, you can freely block any spammer from using your mod, but not on consoles. Regardless, that was step 1. Step 2 is them stealing mods, as they're doing now. And if you're a modder who has had their mods stolen, you need to be proactive. As soon as you realize it, you have to contact Nexus or Bethesda and get the thief taken down. The sad part about it is these people that are stealing these mods are actually asking for donations. Yeah, they're actually asking the community to donate to them. And when the mod is taken down, they act like they had no idea that stealing someone else's mod and asking for donations was a bad thing. Now let me tell you about the future. I've always tried to bring the gaming communities together, tried showing everyone that playing on PC and playing on console doesn't mean jack if you're just a guy or girl who loves gaming. And if you are just someone who loves gaming, then there should be no issue between communities. You know how Republicans and Democrats work, right? They bicker and fight because one or the other is wrong, and realistically, they both want what's best for the country. Well, in a way, Sony and Microsoft are those candidates, and we are the idiots bickering at each other. In all honesty, it's a really cruel ploy to keep us mad at each other instead of who we should be angry at. But in the case of mods, Sony and Microsoft are not the potential president. Bethesda is. Bethesda is the reason this whole thing is failing the way it is. They went with a very lazy setup and they have no intention of cleaning up the mess. So we have to. Now why did I go into all that? What does that have to do with anything? Well, if you saw all console gamers as thieving, begging, mod stealing demanders, then why would you even give them a chance? The second you hear in the future a console gamer talking about how happy they are to have mods on their consoles, the thought of them begging and stealing is going to be your first thought. I implore that you think otherwise, but at this point it doesn't matter. So step 3 is it tearing our communities even further apart and creating more radicalistic PC elitist and idiotic console peasants, which is going to be fantastic. I really wish I could tell you guys that this is going to get better. To be honest, I don't know how far this is going to go, but I know what the repercussions will be, and this is why I sank a little bit when I heard about this whole mods on consoles fiasco. Of course, I had hoped that Bethesda would do a good job, that they'd be vigilant, and they would distribute the mods well. And of course, I had a bit more faith in the console gaming community, and I hoped that they wouldn't start a fuss about mods that they wouldn't be able to receive. And I had hoped from the bottom of my heart that us PC gamers would have been supportive of our modders all the way through. But nothing works out perfectly. And the reason this makes me so sad is not because of all the crap that we're going through, not because I hate either side, and not because I'm sad that people are being disgusting. I'm sad because of all that I've tried to do to show our communities that we can just be gamers, that we can play games together, that we can talk about gaming, and regardless of your platform, we can all get along. But I'm a small channel. I'm far too tiny to make that kind of impact. But I had hoped that one day I could. And unfortunately, with the way that things are going, this is a giant step backwards. And the blame is all of ours to take. I'm so sorry that these modders have to deal with this. Honestly, there's no way to fix it other than quit modding, and I don't want to see that happen. I love modders, but anybody's mod can be taken now. These poor people have to worry day and night about their mods being stolen while dealing with people complaining and demanding that these mods come to their consoles. I gotta say, to you modders out there who are still working on mods for console gamers despite the abuse, I tip my hats to you guys. For those of you out there who want to quit modding, please don't. You guys are so gifted, and I would hate to see that wasted. If you have to quit, just quit modding Fallout for now. That might be all you can do at this point. Now, last thing I want to say, I stated earlier that all of us can accept some of the blame for this, and I wasn't saying that so nobody got mad. I was saying that because it's true. When we heard about console gamers demanding mods from our selfless modders, we instantly got angry. Of course we did. We want to defend what we love. But if instead of replying and calling them console peasants and telling them that they don't deserve these mods, what if we tried showing them? Helping them understand every time it happened. Maybe this whole stealing mods thing wouldn't be happening right now. And of course, what if console gamers had just been patient and accepting of the mods that they're getting? And didn't beg, didn't demand, and didn't steal these mods? Well, in all honesty, more modders would be trying to configure their older mods and try to get some of them working on consoles. But not anymore. Why would anyone want to give something that they worked months on to someone who tried to steal it from them? I wouldn't, and it's sad because this whole thing could have been a lot more civil. To you modders out there, one last time, I'm sorry. To you PC gamers out there who've kept a calm mind and have been proactively trying to help these console gamers understand why some mods just can't be ported, thank you. And to you console gamers out there who've stayed optimistic of the mods that may come to your platform, a huge thank you to you as well. You're some of the good ones. As for the rest of you, those who didn't help, those who only intensified the issues and caused more problems for everyone, thanks for nothing.